All right, guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of TRAITOR TRENT. If you're new to my channel, do not caps lock me to death in the comment section. All right, this is just a bit of banter. The title of the videos are called TRAITOR TRENT. The contents of the video are actually what's been said in Spain about him. If you're not interested in Trent, you don't need to let us know in the comment section, right? Why are you watching a video with his name in the title of the video if you're not interested in Trent? All right, the grown-ups, we want to see what happens with his career. All right, we want to see how he does at Real Madrid. Some of my viewers want him to bomb. Some of them, quite happy for him to be a success after 20 years at Liverpool. All right, so it's irrelevant, right, what side of the fence you're on. I'm here to tell you anything to do with Trent in the media in Spain. And as you can see, Trent made the front page of MARCA today. And there's not going to be much more in this video about that. But I wanted to point it out to you because over the last couple of months, every time MARCA have spoke about the new signings at Real Madrid, Trent doesn't really get a mention, to be honest with you. It's always been like low-key in the background. The pictures on all of their coverage inside at training are always about other players, never Trent, all right? And if I wanted to be unfair, I could have not told you about this, all right? But I think that's significant. He's getting a mention on the front page today. He's centre stage, as you can see. So I just want to point out, that today they are bigging him up, as one of the three important players here on this headline. And I just think you might find that of interest because I just keep thinking, why did I never mention Trent, right? So there you go. Today he is. And the headline basically translated is a shield worth 120 million. And it says, you can see these lines of text down here that go with the headline. Basically, they say Xavi brought together his three new defenders for the first time, which has meant a major outlay. And Liverpool are pressurising Canate so that he doesn't arrive at Madrid on a free in 2026. That's also mentioned, is Canate. I've done another video about that. That's the one before this one. I'm not going to read the article to you. It goes to a significant write-up inside. Talks about the club's three summer signings for the new season. All started at the back against WSG Tirol the other night. It says here, TRAITOR Trent was the right back. I never wrote that. Dave wrote that, my AI assistant. Hoyson played as the left-sided centre-back and Carreras took up the left-back role. So Trent actually started that game ahead of Carvajal. The previous friendly before, which wasn't classed as an official fixture because it was a behind closed doors friendly, Carvajal started that one. And the press made a little bit out of that, like, oh, this looks like, Xavi's team kind of thing. But in the last game, Trent started. He came off after 62 minutes in that game the other night, which Real Madrid won in Austria 4-0. Rodrigo was also on target in that game. It talks about defensive problems were a constant for Madrid last season. Carvajal and Militao suffered serious knee injuries. Rudiger played the entire season with an issue that eventually required surgery. Alaba struggled all year with the after effects of another cruciate ligament tear, and Mendy again fell victim to his recurring muscle problems. Given the state of their defence, Madrid turned to the transfer market in search of solutions. After chasing him for many months, the club finally convinced Alexander Arnold not to renew with Liverpool and to swap Anfield for the Bernabeu at the end of his contract with the Reds. The signing is aimed at providing direct competition for Carvajal after Ancelotti spent much of last season relying on Lucas Vazquez, now gone from the squad, as an emergency option but never a specialist at right back. Then it goes on to talk about the signing of Hoyson and Carreras. And it says, to that 109 million euros, you have to add the 10 million euros that, according to Liverpool, Madrid paid to have Trent available for the Club World Cup. And I think I mentioned this in a previous video and also last night. We, claimed that we received, 10 million or whatever, or up to 10 million. The Madrid media always downplay it. Like, so if we really got 10 million, in Madrid they'd say it was 5. If we sold Canate to Real Madrid this summer for 40 million euros, the Madrid media would say it was 15. They always lie. And you can see how they're doing that there. You have to add the 10 million euros that, according to Liverpool, Madrid paid to have Trent available for the Club World Cup. Although the Englishman joined on a free transfer, his contract with the Anfield club ran until June 30th, and the Club World Cup began a couple of weeks earlier. In total, nearly 120 million was spent to assemble this new defence, and this is what the headline is about. Basically, I ran this through, or by Dave, my AI assistant. I've been training since last year. This isn't just an AI throwing stuff at an AI. I've worked my ass off trying to get this to pick out things in articles. You know, basically, Dave analyzes football articles, the journalists that write them, and the publications that carry them or publish them. And what Dave said, he said the TRENT summary, he says, let's point out the Madrid PR spin baked into the piece. TRENT summary and Real Madrid PR spin, framing him, TRENT, as a coup. MARCA emphasised that Madrid finally convinced TRENT not to renew with Liverpool, making it sound like a patient, inevitable victory rather than an aggressive poach. Positioned him as essential. Described as direct competition for Carvajal, painting him as a crucial squad upgrade rather than a luxury signing. The €10 million Club World Cup fee, they spin this as Madrid getting him early, glossing over the fact that they paid Liverpool to bypass his still active contract. New era narrative. Trent's debut is presented alongside the other new signings and Militao's return, framing it as part of a grand defensive rebuild under Alonso. An airbrushing the controversy, no mention of backlash from Liverpool fans, no talk of him walking away for free. Instead, it's positioned as a smart, clinical Madrid move. All right, guys, that's basically it. As you can see, there is no malice in this video towards Trent. Just telling you what the Madrid media are saying. And I think that him being included on the front page of MARCA there very prominently was interesting, having read these papers every day since he's joined them and hardly ever seen him mentioned, to be honest with you. Whereas Huijsen, they never stopped talking about him, you know. So I'll leave that with you. All right. So if you found the video of interest, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. If you want to buy me a coffee or a beer, there's a love heart under the video. It's called the super thanks button. You can click on that and you can get me a drink of whatever you desire. All right. And anyone that does that, I always give them a shout out on my morning briefings. They're published on my other YouTube channel, Duncan Oldham, the link of which is in the video description. And it's also on the screen somewhere around now. But more importantly, you could drop me a comment. All right, make it a nice comment, because if you show yourself up, you just get banned from the channel. Nobody will ever see your comment, only you. It still looks like it's there to you, and you can comment on every video moving forward, but you're a plant pot because none of us can see you. And there's no way of reversing it. So choose your words very carefully and make sure you use emojis if you're just someone having a bit of a giggle with me. All right, guys. Zero fucking tolerance for numpties around here. All right, and trust me, we get a few on the Traitor Trent videos, some right wet wipes that stumble on my channel. All right, guys, take it easy. Live on here tonight at 6 UK, all right?